Because some of us used to have coca in this place, and I said, let's stop planting coca and let's bet on cattle farming. Thank God cattle farming has given us great results.
Un buen resultado lo que es la crianza de ganado vacuno.
The vast majority of the people who continue to work in the cooperative are also focused on our care and management of the environment.
Y el manejo del medio ambiente.
We do sustainable livestock farming and protecting the forests.
También protegiendo los bosques.
Porque aquí inicialmente
Initially, the problem here was the extension of agriculture and intensive livestock farming.
¿qué hacía el poblador?
So what did the people of the area do? They destroyed areas.
Escuchado que la ganadería es contaminante al medio ambiente.
We have also heard that the cattle farming pollutes the environment, but we believe that having technical assistance helps us not to destroy the forests, so that we can work in a sustainable way.
Entonces, debido a esto, este proyecto
Because of this, the project seeks to curb the problem in order to restore. So we are working on the implementation of red pine, a very commercial species. It is intended to have a dual purpose. The first is conservation and the other is to obtain wood later on.
Nos encontramos en Montevideo.
We are in Montevideo, located in the edge of the jungle, in the region of Huanuco in Peru. We are over 1,480 meters above sea level.
Mi nombre es Elpidio Durán Villogas.
My name is Elpidio Durán Villogas. I'm the president of the Montevideo Agricultural Cooperative. I'm here to give you a story about Montevideo and how his name
Para mí y para ustedes, que Montevideo ha nacido pues este nombre de un sueño.
has come from a dream, and how the old settlers like my parents, who came to this beautiful valley 54 years ago,
Este año cumplimos 54 años de existencia que este hermoso valle.
and discovered this beautiful place together with 6 other people.
6 colonos.
3 días tuve llegar acá.
It took me 3 days to get here, making roads.
Ya nos encontramos un día.
We found ourselves one day with no water and nothing to eat.
El siguiente día buscamos. Papasi, puro barranco.
The next day we went back to look for something to eat. We were 6 people. After going on and on, we found water at about 4 in the afternoon the next day.
Ponen ellos nombre de una revelación de un sueño.
They named the revelation of a dream because within the first 6 people who slept on this beautiful beach,
Y ahí se quedaron y ellos apostaron por soñar que
they bet on dreaming with the name of the village.
Acá hemos nombrado, llegando nomás eso.
Here, when we arrived, we named it. Constantino came with me and told me that we should name the village after the revelation of a dream. The next day he asked us, "What things have you seen in your revelations?" Some people told him nothing. When it was my turn, I told him, "I do know, and he is a Mexican who sings Montevideo, and that is what we are going to name him." And since then, the name has been given. At the same time it matches, and whenever you come to Montevideo, you keep seeing the mountain.
Y aquí estamos albergando en Montevideo
Here we are hosting about 350 families, and what we grow in this beautiful valley is dairy cattle breeding and crossbreed of Holstein, Bron, others Flebe, and some criollos.
¿no? Pero croce de Holstein, Bron, ahora aquí estamos entrando también con Flebe y hay algunos criollos. Y venimos en la planta acopiando, ¿no? Estábamos.
We have been collecting milk at that plant. We had a maximum of 2,500 litres, but now we have about 1,000 litres. Now new annexes have been formed, and there are other companies that have been set up.
Productos como queso, como yogur, manjar blanco.
We have done a great job to transform the product into cheese, yogurt, and blancmange. We are starting another variety of cheese called Monte Andino,
Una economía para
and this good news is for us as a better way to support our families economically, as well as in the education and health of our children. We also keep our cows well, the pastures. We are up to date with the medicines that may be needed.
Año 1968.
We have been working since 1968. However, starting with something without clear goals, without sense, without having a clear objective, and without thinking about the environment. We have cut down the forest a lot, and since 2002,
Nos damos cuenta, entra un programa
a program has come in that wakes us up and draws attention because we used to have coca in this place.
y apostamos, había un programa Coca Cero.
Since then, we have been committed to a program called Zero Coca. So I said we are going to stop growing coca and making drugs, and we are going to take the path of livestock farming. Since that time, we have entered into a readjustment, not only of the forest, but also of ourselves. Thank God today cattle breeding has given us great results.
Mi nombre es Pierre Falcón Pérez, ingeniero agrónomo de profesión. La función que cumple mi labor.
My name is Pierre Falcón Pérez, agronomist by profession. The function I have here is conservation and restoration through silvopastoral systems.
En este caso, Montevideo es una zona ganadera.
In this case, Montevideo is a completely livestock farming area, and this activity is at medium level. It is not yet technified, and that is why it is produced organically, and that is what the project that we have presented to you processes.
Y para poder desarrollar dentro de los campos de ganadería que tenemos,
In order to develop our objective within the livestock fields we have, we are going to implement the planting of the red pine species.
es una especie que se desarrolla muy favorable aquí.
Which is a species that has a very favorable development in this climate.
Diseñado, bueno, como proyecto tenemos diseñado usar estos pinos en franjas, ¿no?
The idea is to use the pines in strips, that is to say, to plant in lines of 4 or 5 species.
¿No? En líneas de 4 o 5, ¿no? Dejar una franja de 20 a 30 metros.
And leave a space of up to 30 meters to plant 5 trees.
Con la idea es que este sistema brinde sombra.
The idea is that this system provides shade for the cattle in order to reduce caloric stress.
Reduzca, digamos, el estrés calórico, porque esto influye bastante en el tema de producción, digamos, de leche.
Because this includes milk production, and the idea is to have more of this product to meet the needs of the cooperative, because the association is in charge of processing derivatives such as cheese, manja, among others, that are in a high demand in the market.
Como tenemos queso, manjar, ¿no? Y muchos otros derivados que tienen bastante demanda en el, digamos, en el mercado, ¿no? Y la exigencia hace que se produzca más leche, ¿no?
The demand makes it possible to produce more milk, and that is precisely the aim of the project. As far as forest conservation is concerned, as you can see here, we already have a forest that is a product of the reserve, and it is called El Bosque de los Gallitos, and the idea is that it will serve to continue preserving the species.
Las especies que ya se tiene, digamos, implementada dentro de la comunidad.
With the species that have been implemented in the community, such as the eucalyptus, which is more than 12 years old, there is an idea of restoration, because initially the problem was the extension of agriculture.
En agricultura y a la ganadería intensiva,
and intensive livestock farming. So what did the inhabitants of the area do? All they had to do was destroy areas. The areas that were deforested were protected areas with the purpose of expanding the land dedicated to cattle ranching, invading and affecting the vegetation.
esta problemática.
Because of this, the project seeks to curb the problem to restore. Therefore, the red pine, which is quite commercial and has many derivatives, will be implemented here for two purposes. The first one is conservation, and the second one is to obtain wood later on.
¿No? Más adelante. Bueno, esta especie, desde que empieza, desde germinación.
This species, from the time it starts to germinate until it is usable, it takes about 15 years. What will be useful will be those used in silvopastoral systems. On the other hand, those used for forest restoration will remain in time. That is the purpose of our project.
Esas especies van a preservar ahí por muchos años, ¿no? Con ese fin, entonces tiene este proyecto. Por beneficiario tenemos en unidades, digamos, en pinos.
Within our activities, we have about 1,000 units of trees of these species that will be given to the community, and our beneficiaries have also been allocated spaces of 1 hectare for planting them. Some of them, perhaps, when they make the silvopastoral system, will probably allocate 2 hectares for this planting, because this space will be required. In total, we have 23 beneficiaries, so we are looking at 23,000 species of red pine trees to be planted in the Montevideo area.
Montevideo.
Buenos días.
Mi nombre es Gabriel Airalino.
My name is Gabriel Lino. I was born and raised in Montevideo.
Trabajo, soy ganadero por mis padres.
I work in livestock farming because of my parents' inheritance, and they were among the founders. Today I have dairy cows in production, but before we had to milk them by hand. Today we have technology and we do it with machines.
Y ahora trabajamos a máquinas mecánicas, las ordeñadoras mecánicas. Tengo ya la mejora lechera que estamos ahí produciendo.
I have animals that have a good production, and we deliver to the plant of the agricultural cooperative all the milk that is loaded on trucks to be delivered.
Y se va la leche. El ordeño es diario. Y la
Milking and delivery of production is daily.
de 80 a 100 litros.
Per day we are delivering between 80 and 100 liters of milk.
19 vacas, entre esto tengo.
I have 19 cows. Among these I have 15 in milking, and I do it thanks to the machines that are available for this. The milk is sent to the plant for the production of cheese.
Y mis vacas son de criollo.
Initially my cows were criollas, but now thanks to artificial insemination, it is possible to improve the genetics.
Nosotros trabajamos a ordeño a manual.
We used to work with manual milking, but before we got tired, now we do it with these machines. But we know that we are missing a lot because with them, the milk only passes through, but nothing is measured or weighed. So this is what we need to improve the milking and the machine that it does.
Quiero mejorar más la máquina ordeñadora mecánica. Y ya estamos más felices, más tranquilos, que ya las vacas también son más veloces.
Now we are happier, even the cows are calmer, because milking is much easier and faster.
Bueno, por inicio hemos...
In the beginning, we had these machines in storage for a while, but now they have been put to use and that makes the work easier.
El uso para trabajo ya pues permanente, el uso permanente.
The permanent use helps us a lot, and hopefully the machine will not fail us. So far, I am improving this small plant, and little by little, I will go up and improve it to make more production.
Mejorando mi planta pequeña y poco a poco voy a subir así y voy a mejorar, a hacer mis guillotinas. Empecé con las vacas que eran más bravas.
When I started, I did it with the rougher cows. Now they are more docile and friendly with the process.
Aquí tengo pues las vacas que ya se correspondan a estar ahí paradas.
As time goes by, the animals become calmer and make less noise.
Los animales. Tengo que tener del pasto. Tengo que.
In addition to the small plant, I have the necessary grass to feed the cows all night, and in the morning I bring my animals. That's what I do every day.
Muchas veces hemos escuchado que la ganadería es contaminante al medio ambiente.
We have often heard that cattle ranching is polluting the environment, but we believe that this activity can damage the forest when there is no technical assistance.
Por eso también a las autoridades competentes.
That is why the competent authorities and experts are very important for us, because they help us to work in a more sustainable way, being friends of the forest and at the same time reducing the impact.
Por ejemplo, con una hectárea nosotros podemos mantener 10 vacas, pero haciendo.
For example, in 1 hectare, we can produce silage from pasture to keep our animals, and we are analyzing what type of pasture helps us to mitigate the emission of gases and methane. On the road we are travelling, we are learning to keep our cows in stables, no longer in the open field and free, but with more order to gather the manure and use it for different purposes, such as generating energy and implementing in the kitchens, among others.
También para generar luz, generar en las cocinas, todo eso. Entonces, yo invito a todos los ganaderos a poder hacer nuestros proyectos.
I invite all livestock farmers to make our project sustainable. Thanks to silvopastoral systems and stables, let's make it more organized, more environmentally friendly, with the use of pastures and organic maize.
Antiguamente, no, tal vez, a veces los maíces transgénicos también ya van viniendo, ¿no? Pero nosotros quienes.
Sometimes transgenic maize comes to our territory, but we use native seeds and how they can favor our production. With all that I have mentioned and with our commitment, we are focused to go to the market with fresh, pasteurized and above all, environmentally friendly milk.
Lo que se busca, el fin del proyecto en la comunidad.
The aim of the project in the community is to recover the forests, to have species so that the villagers can see them as a usable resource, to have an economic income.
Entonces, que desarrollen, que aumenten, digamos, a futuro esa probabilidad de económico y a la vez también.
The idea is that in the future, it will increase the livelihood of their families. At the same time, we want to promote organic production so that when the producer reaches the market with what he produces, he can sell it with a certified seal of organic production. That is the north of our project.
A eso es lo que vamos direccionados nosotros.
Por eso, con esa mira, nosotros estamos haciendo el vivero.
It is with this objective in mind that we are building the nursery so that we do not manage a single crop, but that the silvopastoral system becomes more dynamic, and at the same time, if I tell those who work with me that we can manage 1 hectare with this system, we can have 300 trees to use there.
La importancia para nosotros y vamos dando ese enfoque a la juventud.
Wood is very important to us, and so we leave a focus to the youth. For us, this zero deforestation project does not only mean that we are not going to cut down a single tree, but that you should keep planting. Be sustainable.